Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, everybody. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Guruji. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
So one more chapter. Okay, the journey has just started. Yes, Shubhashri, who was coordinating today?
Me, Prabhuji, Chandini Mataji, and also we have
Sri Lakshmi Mataji.
Mataji.
Chandani will be there and
Hare Krishna.
Sri Lakshmi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Admin, we have tagged it with admin in the front, Prabhuji.
Chandani, okay. Subhashri is there. Yeah, I see. Sri Lakshmi, huh?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama.
Sorry, don't mind. I saw. Thank you for the sweet kirtan. Admin Subhashri, you are also there as admin?
Yes, Prabhuji.
ठीक है.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
हाँ, बोलिए प्रभु.
I am asking that the link will remain same for all the days.
Yeah, my link will remain same all the days.
Yeah, because today I did not receive any new link for today's. So I have tried the last one. So I am connected now. So I think it will remain same for every day, na?
No, my link is always same. No change. Sometimes they will give you link. You should see for what they are giving link. Sometimes they give you link for temple, Aarti, and Kirtan. Temple Kirtan program is different. My class link is different. My class link will be same for all the days. You can save it somewhere. Take care.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Guruji, the question link, the first part, the first day questions I have done. The second day questions are not opening. It is logged.
No, don't worry. That they have to do work. All admins, they have to do some work. What happened was actually there was some bug in the teachable. So we sorted that out. And one by one, it opened all the chapters. Take care. But the admins, every WhatsApp group, admins are there. They will inform you. When they have finished they're opening the quizzes, they have to copy the quizzes and then they will switch on one by one. Okay? And also, you need to be a little careful. Maybe I can show you today. If he was there, he could have shown.
Prabhuji,
Yeah,
yeah,
just wait.
just
Just wait. I can just show you. There was a small video. See, today's chapter. Why don't we go? I tell you, let us make plan for the today, because if we start in other things, the chapter will get late. So first thing, let us finish the chapter. Today's chapter is Karma Yoga. I will take 10 o'clock, it will get over. There are so many concepts to do. Very important chapter. How work can be worship. And after we finish this chapter, I have with me tomorrow. Yesterday we did, I think we have done 18 reasons to finish. We are not the body. Then we have to, now today, I want to begin 27 techniques of mind control from Gita. 999. But I think today I want to show you some video on karma, because the whole chapter today is karma. Better I do that. And also a very interesting video of the child in the womb. So if we may not start today techniques of mind control, we can start tomorrow. These two videos will be very interesting because one is connected to today's class. Second is completing what we discussed the last few days. We are not the body, we are soul. Developed child in the womb as per the Shastra.
Guruji, we finished 5 reasons for we are not body, but we are soul.
Oh, still remaining, 18.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, we are slow here. Okay. So today we will do that then. I'll complete that thing then. Okay. Okay. And at the end of it, the admins can take care of this actually. You have something very important to do, that is the quizzes. My voice is clear and loud?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Guruji.
Yeah. Okay. So let us start the presentation. Let me do all my work now here. Don't forgive me, I'm muting everybody, so it will be silent for 45 minutes now. And the chat, I will also chat. I'll restrict to the host only. It's done. Did not disturb you. This is a new batch. We didn't have a 9 o'clock batch. First time we're starting. In fact, this 9 o'clock time is also not there in registration form because only I agreed. I wanted to experiment. Other people say, no, who will come? But there is good strength. Maybe next time we will have this option in all the languages. Small chapter, but it has a lot of tattva in it. Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga Vishishyate. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Srinivadi Pashad Deshatarine. Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabho Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Karma Yoga. Yoga of action. How is it that many times some people come and meet us? How can now see how I'm living in samsara with all attachments, responsibility? How can I worship the Lord? Yes, your work itself can be worship. How work can become worship. That is Karma Yoga. Yoga means worship, connection to the Lord. Worshipping the Lord with our own karma. That's Karma Yoga. Yoga of action. How does chapter start? See, second chapter, the Gita is over. All the Krishna has answered Arjuna all concerns. But Arjuna opens, he wants now Krishna to tell things more in detailed, systematic way. Say, Krishna, tell me one thing. Why? You told so many things, second chapter. Something you said this, something you said that, something you said that. I don't know which one to follow. That means explain things more organized way, more detailed way. Each of the points you have told in the second chapter, expanded. That's the whole Bhagavad Gita. One chapter now will be expanded to 16 chapters. So one side he talked about sitting down in a place and contemplating who am I. Other side he talked about working in spiritual life. This is contradictory. You spoke a shloka 2.49. Dure nahi avaram karma buddhi yoga dhananjaya. Give up, keep away all sinful activities and cultivate spiritual intelligence. I would like to do that. Why fight? Why kill people? What is so spiritual about it? I think anybody will ask this question. Better I practice spiritual life. Okay. And so many things he told. One side you said 2:11:30, you said to understand I'm not body and soul, which looks like inactivity. And then at the end you say work and fight for me. That is activity. And these are contradictory things. Inactivity, inactivity. What do you have to tell me? Ekam vada. Speak one thing. You speak so many things. Which one should I follow? एक चीज बोलो ना. ये भी बोलते हैं, वो भी बोलते हैं. मैं तो confused हो गया. Basically, he doesn't want to fight. He wants to go to sit in forest and meditate. So Krishna is going to have a go on that. So there are two kind of philosophies in karma, various actually. First, let me begin simple. Karma sannyasa and karma yoga. Which is better? Mostly people feel when we meet people, in Mangalore we have an upcoming temple, so we meet important people. And they do say they will help us. And one thing they always say, what? Swamiji, one day I'll also leave everything. So what? I leave everything one day. So this is a kind of idea people have. And I'll go somewhere. Where will go? I'll go to some mountain, I'll go. This karma sannyasa is such a confusion in the society. This question, therefore, Arjuna asked to Krishna 3 times. 3rd chapter, beginning. 5th chapter, beginning. 18th chapter, beginning. I saw it 3 times already. Karma sannyasa, karma yoga, which is better? That's called FAQ, frequently asked question in Gita. And actually, karma sannyasa and karma yoga vishishyate. Krishna always says, better to work for his pleasure, than become inactive and become just a parasite to live on people's earning. Look at the sadhu. He is having all the dress of a sadhu, but there is a cigarette in his hand. What spiritual life this is, please tell. Isn't it farce? Anna? This is called vidharma, sinful activity. Dharma, bhas, a pretension in the name of religion. Only dress is there, but it is only a shadow of a brahmachari. He's actually a mithyachari. Sa mithyachari sa uchyate. I'm not saying Krishna is saying. Karmendriyani samyam yam. Externally control all the senses. Yayaste manasa smaran. But the mind is thinking about something. What? Indriyarthan. Mind is meditating on sense object. Sarve indriyani samyamya. But you're not going, meeting people, you are withdrawn to some word. But mind is constantly thinking about sense object. Indriyarthan vimodhatma, such a fool he is. Mityachara sa uchyate, hypocrite. Mityachara means hypocrite. So Krishna, there are different kind of dharmas which Krishna teaches in Bhagavad Gita. And try to make a note. If you have a copy, please make a note. One thing is, what is Bhagavad Gita then? Bhagavad Gita is actually paro dharma. Savai pamsa paro dharma yata bhakti adhokshaje. Paro dharma means give devotion to the Lord. Ahetuki, it has no reason. Apratihata, without any break. Yatma suprasidati, such a pure devotion to the Lord, which is causeless. Not that I get something in return, not that it has any break, continuously flowing that kind of devotion. So, Yayatma suprasidati, pleases the Lord and finally pleases our heart completely. Yayatma supratitati, completely satisfies the soul. That is paro dharma. That is why Gita is so sacred. It is offering paro dharma. Bhagavatam is also paro dharma. But mostly people below paro dharma come upadharma. Be nice, be good, help other people, give some food to the orphans, give some help to the old age home. And that is mana seva, madha seva. Yeah, very good. That is upadharma. That's not dharma. There's nothing spiritual about it. That's nice. That's good. Upadharma means it is a stepping stone to dharma. Because unless you're good, how can you become God conscious? God is in mode of goodness. You can understand God. So first become a good man, then you can understand spirituality. Cleanliness is next to godliness. So good. Parodharma is, Upadharma is a vaya media to Parodharma. Then there is something called paradharma. Para means others dharma. The Arjuna is saying, I'll go to forest and I live. Krishna tried to get them 5 villages for living. That also Duryodhana refused. And Krishna said, no, we have to fight. There is no other way. You have to now fight. There's a right, something you need to live. You cannot live by begging. That's not your way to live. Because you're not para, that will be paradharma. Paradharma means some to be imitate some renowned sannyasi sitting in a forest. And Krishna said, in fact, today it's not recommended, the karma sannyasa. Krishna said, Arjuna, don't try to imitate a paradharma. One man food is other man poison. You'll end up like this. Without activity, idle mind is devil's workshop. You'll end up into this. If you don't have a higher taste, the moment you are inactive, idle mind becomes devil's workshop. So parodharma is spiritual. Upadharma is pious, be kind. Paradharma, try to do others' occupation, which you have no capacity. Okay. Chaladharma, cheating. Just like in the name of Gita, I teach you some personal message. I don't teach what Krishna is trying to say. That is Chaladharma, cheating religion. Dharma, bhas, pretentious. There is only a shadow. There is only a symbol. There is only a dress. But there is no truth in that. Just like what's happening here. This also can be dharma, bhas, abhasa. Only shadow is there, not reality. And vidharma, doing sinful activity in the name of religion. Most obnoxious. Okay? So these 6 kind of dharmas are there. Bhagavad Gita will be always, taking out parodharma out. And that's a discussion now always. Karmendriyani samyamya yase manasasmaran indriyartam mudhatma mithyachara. So Arjuna, if you run to the forest, you'll end up as a mithyachari. You're a kshatriya. Do your duty here as a kshatriya. Gradually become purified. Don't try to suddenly imitate activities of other ashrama and situations for which you're not entitled. Arjuna is actually playing the role of a kshatriya. His constitutional position is very high. He is the eternal state of the Lord. Narayan Rishi is one of his forms. But still, Krishna is being role of a kshatriya, Krishna instructing him. Here is another great personality. His name is Bharat Maharaj. Bharat Maharaj is a very great king in Indian history. The 3 Bharats I can think of in Indian history. One is Ram, Lakshman, Bharat. He was also a very great personality. The another Bharat is, Shakuntala, that story Bharat. When Bhagavad Gita, again and again, Krishna says, Bharata Shabha, Bharata, it is referring to that Bharat. This is another Bharat, even very special person. Because of him, whole earth at a time was known as Bharat Varsha. Such a great rule. They named the planet on his name. Bharat Varsha, name of the small, Mera Bharat Mahan. Actually, the whole planet at a particular time. Just like British Empire practically conquered the world at a particular time. They were called Great Britain. So India was also called Mahabharat, Great India, controlling the whole world. So this king was magnificent. People are so happy, very good administration. We had people of such caliber. And then at a time he handed over the throne to his son as soon as son was ready and left for the forest for spiritual practices. He was still young, could have ruled more, but was very keen for spiritual life. He was already work is worship, worshipping the Lord with full devotion. And as he came to the forest and started his spiritual practices, he felt so much love for Krishna that tears of love were gliding down his eyes. He almost reached the pinnacle of spiritual perfection. But then what happened? A test which he failed. Upadharma. Many people feel Manav Seva, Madhav Seva. This is a trap actually. You forget spiritual life in that spirit. And that's what happened to him. So he's doing his spiritual practices. He's chanting the name of the Lord. He's worshipping him. He's doing everything. And what happens one day? And he's spiritually very advanced. One day what happens? Near his cottage, a pregnant deer is standing. And Bharat Maharaj watches. A lion comes on the scene. Wow! He roars. The pregnant deer, to save its life, jumped across the same stream he was drinking water. And when it's in the air, out of fear, there is something called premature delivery. Those are doctors will tell. Out of fear, the child falls from its womb. And he lands in a small stream, lands on the other side of the stream and keeps running. Because of the blood which came out, pregnancy means there is always sometimes blood. Because of the pain of delivery, there's a severe pain of delivery, and because of the exhaustion, he fell in a cave and died. And a child has fallen in the water, had nobody to take care, no mother, nobody. Bharat Maharaj watches this scene coming the Providence, and he gets up. He thinks it's a responsibility, there's an emergency here. Picks up the small deer, brings to an ashram, and he becomes like his father, mother, everything. Very soon, the deer emergency situation is over. The deer has to do his own life. Across the species, relation is not very congenial. He was looking for other deers and he's jumping in the forest whole day. He's not coming to meet him. But he has now got so attached to the deer, whole day he's searching for the deer. And that's why to Upadharma. And he forgot his Parodharma. You see how is he doing his yagna? His mind is not on that. He's lost his whole spiritual life now. And he just called yoga bhrashta, become deviated path of yoga. And one day searching for the deer never comes back. He used to not come. Why do you have to do with him? Okay, thanks. You helped me. Now I have my own life. What have to do with you? I'm looking for she deer. He's running here, there, enjoying the forest. And this whole day he's thinking, maybe tiger will eat him. His mother was attacked by tiger. Where is he? Blah, 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 blah. And one day walking in the night, searching for the deer, he falls to the mountain and thinking of the deer, become deer next life. So he has come to the forest to go to Bhagavad Dhama, rather becomes a deer animal next life. But Krishna is kind because Krishna remembers his sacrifice. So what he does, he gives him a memory in the body of the deer, what all happened. So in this deer life, he is very careful. He, in fact, as he can grow up, he goes to the ashram of some sages, eating flowers and passes his life. And he dies. Krishna gives him just one life as a punishment of a deer. And he immediately born as Jada Bharata, human life immediate. And in Jada Bharata life, he gives instruction to Rahuguna, 3 chapters of realized instruction, total great save. Okay, so this will be an important life, but see the example here. What is that? Don't become deviated from the path of yoga. Instead of potentially following spiritual practices, on the other hand, if a sincere person tries to control the active senses of the mind and becomes karma yoga in Krishna consciousness without attachment, he is by far superior. This is King Pratap Rudra, even though he's king, personally brooming the road in front of Lord Jagannatha. Even today, Rath Yatra, his descendant come, but what they do on the top of the Ratha only, they do some drama. But actually, he used to broom the road in front of the Rath and Jagannatha. And Lord Chaitanya became so pleased with him. Okay. So this is better. This is better. Better than karma sannyas is always karma yoga. If karma sannyas end up like this or end up like this, and you all know the story of Vishwamitra, what happened. These all things will not work. Okay, either you end up like this, and or you'll end up like this. It's not going to be good. Better engage yourself in self-purification. In Kali Yuga, there is no recommendation in the Shastra. Rather, Shastra is very clear and explicit. Karma sannyasa is banned for Kali Yuga. Yagnarthart karmano anyatra lokoyam karma bandhanaha. Work done for sacrifice to Vishnu has to be performed. Otherwise, work causes bondage in the middle world. You see that Yudhishthira is sitting in front of Narada, and Narada is worshipping Krishna. And he's asking the questions, very interesting questions. And the 7th canto of Bhagavatam is an answer to that. Okay, some other point. Look, Krishna looks so beautiful, being worshipped. And Narada is so beautiful again. Yudhishthira looks so pure. Actually, all 5 Pandavas are very pure and very great souls. Here it is. Evam Pravartitam Chakram. This chapter talks about a chakra, cycle of karma. The Lord gives instructions, which are Vedas. Vedas are nothing but orders of God. If you lead your life based on those instructions, that is your duties. What is our duties? Our duties are nothing but orders of God. Based on the duties, when you work, you get some artha, correct? So many people say Hinduism way of life. I repeat that again and again. You have nothing to do with this word Hinduism. It's not there in the Shastra. What you're dealing with that, It's a way of life, and animals are way of life. That is not anything special about it. Way of life as guided by the Vedas. That is dharmic. So you take to Bhagavad Gita as a book of orders which guides my life. When you follow those orders and live a life accordingly, then whatever you do, the result of that, you get result. When you do any occupation, you will get some dhana as the result of the dharma leads to artha. That with that artha, you worship the Lord. Just like it's doing yagna. That is true in India. Okay. Then the yagna, when you're doing, you get rain. Why? I don't understand this. Point is this. This word is a hospital. It's not a hotel. What is it? A hospital. And in this hospital, there are so many rules and regulations for our reformation. When you're participating in the rules and regulations of reformation, everybody in the hospital is very happy. They're all very happy. Fantastic. Because the very purpose of hospital you're fulfilling. There is total resonance within you and your purpose of life and the purpose of hospital. So therefore, to supply you all the necessities. So similarly, when we lead a life in a dharmic way and worship the Lord with a result, it is very pleasing to everybody, including the Lord. And the Devata supply you rain. Rain is nothing, a gift from the nature. And because of rain, Yagnat Bhavati Parjanya, Annat Bhavati Bhutani, all the living entity subsistence food gain, Parjanya. And because of rain, you get grain. And because of grain, when you get grain, you can offer to the Lord. Nice dishes and offer to the Lord. Annad bhavati bhutani parjanya anna sambhavaha. Yagnad bhavati parjanya yagna karma sambhavaha. The cycle of karma. So again, let us see. The Lord gives how to understand. So the Lord gives the Vedas. Vedas are nothing but orders of God. When you get the orders of God and you follow the orders, that life is dharmic. When you live in a dharmic way, whatever you're doing, with the result of that, you worship the Lord. That is yagna. And when you do yagna, a rain comes, nature reciprocates. With the rain, you get grain, and you offer grain to the Lord, and you get some prasadam. Okay? Fine. Yagnai sankirtana prahi yajantihi samedasaha. Now the yagna which was mentioned in the previous shloka is very difficult to do it in Kali Yuga because ghee is 500 rupees kilo minimum. Shuddha desi cow ghee is 2000 rupees kilo. And every day you with 2-3 liters ghee you want over. Your house, they will throw you out of the house. There is no money. Second way, where is the priest who can purely chant the mantras with proper consciousness and proper pronunciation? That is also not there. Therefore, Shastra doesn't recommend for Kali Yuga yagna. It represents Sankirtana yagna. Yagna is Sankirtana. That's also yagna. Krishna Varnam Tusha Krishnam Sango Pangasa Pashadam Yagnai Sankirtana Praye Yajantihi Samedasaha. He says, Krishna Varnam, this incarnation of God that is referring to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is how beautiful look. Krishna Varnam Tusha Krishna, always chanting the name of Krishna. Tusha Akrishna. But his color is not like Krishna. Krishna Varnam Tusha Krishnam Sango Panga Astapashadam. It's surrounded by various associates. Yagnai Sankirtana Praye. He start the Nama Sankirtana. Yajantihi Sumedasa. All intelligent people follow him like that. Okay? Yagna Nama Japa Yagno Asmi. Yagna Nama Japa. Among all the yagnas, I am Japa Yagna. Bhagavad Gita itself says. It's a various Gitas we go chanting is there. And the Hare Krishna mantra is mentioned in various Vedas, Puranas, very important mantra. So always when you chant Hare Krishna mantra, this is the mantra for Kali Yuga. It is said, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Iti Shodashaka Namanam, Kali Kalmashanashanam, Nata Paratoropaya, Saravedeshute. These 16 names when you chant, Iti Shodashaka Namanam, Kali Kalmashanashanam, they destroy all the bad effects of Kali Yuga. There is no better way if you see all the Vedas. Nataha Paratoropaya, Sarvedeshu Dishyate. So very important. So the first thing this chapter teaches how to do work is worship, is that chant the holy names. We should have time every day to chant the holy names. Very, very important. Keep some time and chant. You want to convert your life into worship of God, keep some few minutes, at least 10 minutes, and attentively chant the name of the Lord. First chant, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaur Bhaktavinda once. And then Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, 108 times. Takes you 10 minutes. It's difficult. That is a little very difficult, but at least give something. Show to Krishna you're serious, if you are. And that will begin your spiritual life. The second thing this chapter talks about for work is worship is that every day you should offer something to the Lord. Some fruit. Actually, we offer whole meal, but to immediately begin eating sattvic ahara may not be easy for you. At least fruit is always pure. Some milk, that's also always pure. You can offer some fruit and milk to the Lord in the beginning. Gradually, as you have better understanding, better faith and confidence, you can offer the whole meal, but that has to be properly cooked. There is some list what should be there, what should not be there. It's called sattvic ahara. You can offer for the pleasure of the Lord. So tongue is the most difficult sense in our life. This tongue is the biggest problem. Tara made jiva hoti logo maya sudharmati, most greedy sense. It can be controlled, means spiritual life is taken care. So this tongue, give it Krishna Prasadam and always chant the name of the Lord. Tongue is controlled, life, spiritual life is under control. So second thing you do, this is supported by the shloka in this chapter, 13 shloka, is an offer food to the Lord. Yagna Shishta Shina Shante Muchante Sarvakil Vishay Bhunjate Edwagam Papam Ye Pachanti Atma Karana. Okay. So you offer food to the Lord for his pleasure and eat the prasadam. Very good. So I explained certain two things now, how work and worship. This is Annad Bhavati Bhutani. Somebody is telling. Gita is very illogical. Okay, tell me. Annad Bhavati Bhutani. All living entities subsist on grain. What is illogical about it? This is agreeable. Parjanya Anna Sambhavaha. Because of rain, you get grain. What is illogical about it? Yeah, that's also understandable. Next lines are very advanced. Yaganad Bhavati Parjanyo. Rain comes because of, grain comes because of rain. And Yagnad Bhavati Parjanya. Sorry, the rain comes because of Yagna. And Yagna Karma Samudbhavaha. Our own activities, if their work is worship, is Yagna itself. Oh, interesting. Now in Sakama Karma, Nishkama Karma, Karma Bhoga, Karma Yoga, there are certain elements to understand. Therefore, without being attached to the fruits of activity, one should act as a matter of duty. For a working the attachment, one attains the supreme. Now you see, this is a fortune, Krishna's grace. In ISKCON, none of us have any salary. That was what Acharya Prabhupada set the standard. Everybody works in a platform of Nishkam, which is the easy platform to achieve shelter of the Lord. But it is not possible to suddenly come to Nishkam. Sakam is the way in the beginning. Just like I give you an example. You take a mango seed. You put seed in the ground. 5 years, the tree will grow up. Now the tree, say 200 mangoes are ready. You bring a bag and collect the 200 mangoes and are going away. Krishna comes. Wait a minute. Yes, what is that? These mangoes are mine. Yours? I took that seed. I put the seed in the ground. I put the water. I put the nutrition. And the tree grew up. From the tree, I took all the fruits. From the tree, I took all the fruits. So all the way I've been working. It's the fruits of mine. Krishna says, wait a minute. Did he design the seed? No, that I didn't. Did he design the sun, which gave all the energy to this tree? No, I didn't do that. Did he design the air, which gave all the air for the tree to breathe? No, I didn't do that. Did he design the sand, the soil, the nutrition, even you yourself, who designed it? So then if you understand that, that is Karma Yoga. Karmane vadikarahate. You have a right to your duty. Mahafaleshu kadachana. You have no right on the fruit. I do my duty, I get a fruit. Why I don't have no right on the fruit? Ma karma phala hetu bhu, because you're not cause of the fruit. And I told you why. You're not the cause of the fruit. Your contribution is 0. Krishna's contribution is 100. Mahate sangosto karmani. Hearing this, don't stop doing work. So in the beginning, the person will not be able to live in the platform Nishkam, will be in the platform Sakam. Okay? So we should therefore set a good example. Okay? Sakama, you're working. Just like Sakama means he takes the 200 mangoes home, and then after that selects the 2 best mangoes, goes to a nearby temple, says, please accept for the Lord's offering, and please distribute a prasadam to your visitor. That is Sakama Karma Yoga. Some connection with the Lord is there. Nishkam Karma means he takes the 200 mangoes, straight goes to the temple, please keep it. And the pujari at offering distributes prasadam to all the visitors and calls him personally, gives him 2 special mangoes back as prasad for his livelihood, for his maintenance. So Sakama Nishkama, just like you're earning. Sakama will be, I take all the wealth and I enjoy. From that, little I give to the Lord. Just like in temple, there are hundis. Always, when class is going on, tung, tung, they search for a coin in their purse. They're putting some donation. But anyway, he's giving something. It is his money. It is his right. He has full right over the money. It's his hard-earned money. From that, he gives something. Okay, it doesn't matter. 25 paisa coin. It doesn't work nowadays or whatever. So it's called Sakama Karma or Nishkam Karma. Nishkam Karma means he goes and whole salary, this belongs to the Lord. From that little prasadam, just to maintain a simple life. That is Nishkam. Now Arjuna had also objected, saying, Krishna, what will happen if I kill people? What will happen to the culture at home? So Krishna said, don't worry about that, Arjuna. Worry about this. Yad yad acharati shrestha. Whatever you do will set an example in society. Tat tat eva taro janaha. People will just follow you because you are a shrestha. You are highly respected in society because of your various credentials. You are a personal friend. You are the best archer. You have even fought with Lord Shiva and he gave you this Pashuputra Astra. You have so many credentials. In Virata, you fought with all the people alone. You defeated Bhishma, Drona, Karna. Alone you defeated everybody else. Alone. You are such a glorious, famous personality. And if you walk away from the battlefield, it's going to set a very bad example. And what will happen to such a bad example? It will be that people will give up their duties. Suppose tomorrow NEET exam is there. Why are you giving up? Arjuna gave up, no. So I'll also give up. So Arjuna, this is set a very bad standard. Be careful. So as not to dismine ignorant men attached to the fruitive results of prescribed, a learned person should not induce them to stop work, but rather working spirit devotion, we should engage them in all sort of activity. So people generally, as Saka means, they work with great personal selfish desire. You don't disturb that. You just give a good example to them of Nishkam. Gradually they will come. Nishkam Karma Yoga is also pure Bhakti Yoga. The spirit soul, Prakriti Kriyamanani, Gunai Karmani Sarvashaha, Ahankaram Mudhatma, Kartahamiti Manyate. Spirit soul, vivid influence, ego thinks that are doer activities that are actually carried out by 3 modes of mental nature. So actually what happens is that we invite infection, we invite illusion in us. And because of the illusion, then we are dancing. So we are responsible for that. You understand? We are responsible for getting infected. We cannot blame the infection. Just like I'm ching. Why are you sneezing? Because of cold. How do you get cold? Why you're so careless? Why don't you take precaution? Like that. So then Ahankara Vimudatma Karta, we said, I'm not doing. Everything is done by the 3 modes, which make us dance like a puppet. Then Arjuna says, Krishna, O descendant of Vishnu, what was the impelled to sinful acts of an unwillingly, as if engaged by force, as if I'm dragged by force? Anicham Balat. I know it's wrong, but I still do it. Balat, forcefully. Krishna says, Kama Esha, Krodha Esha, Rajoguna Samudbhava, Mahashano, Mahapapma, Vidhi Emam Yavarina. So Krishna, it is no from me, with Anicham, without any interest, when you're forced to do something, it is because of Rajoguna. What is the Rajoguna? Satoguna is mind is pure, body is pure. Rajoguna means mind is disturbed by some material desire. That's Rajoguna. Dhume Navriyatai Vahani. Yatha darsho malena cha. So Krishna says different degree the lust is covering up. Now fire is covered as smoke is a minimum covering. There was an instance. What happened in that instance? A aircraft was going. Suddenly the pilot understood all the engines are gone, not working. How is going to land now? So he announces first in the aircraft, this is a situation. I lost control of all the engines. They're not working. We cannot make them work now. I'll try to do an emergency landing somewhere. I'll try my best. I don't want to kill anybody. And the people in the aircraft, when they heard that, something happened to them. The pilot brought the aircraft just till the runway, maybe half a kilometer before. It's a famous aircraft disaster. The aircraft fell on the ground and it rolled. Half the people died, half people survived. The people who survived, they asked, what you are doing? He said, we're all praying. Nobody was shouting. Everybody was praying to them. That is actually that in human form of life, some amount of God consciousness is there. So therefore, when we're in trouble, we start remembering God. You understand? I used to take this course, a Gita course, for 7 years I've been doing. I can show YouTube my recordings. They're not now going for a long time. But nobody used to come. So 20, 30 people used to come. Not 20, 30,000 people come. What's the reason? The reason there is some suffering in the world today because of this corona. Total confusion. All economies have collapsed. And economic pain, I heard, will last for 10 years. Now people are just first thinking to get out of the corona. Then they will see the economic disaster it has created. Even the big superpower like America is in trouble. Forget about other countries. So then what happens? You are understanding? There's so much pain. So people at this instance, those who are anybody in a human form of life, when there is a difficulty, thinks about God. Therefore, it says, fire covered with smoke. Okay, do you understand this? Fire covered with smoke. Because there's little, even though so much smoke is there, some fire, some God conscious there. And how do you, if you have done cooking by wood, what do? Take a fan, book, fire comes out. So similarly, if you do this Gita 18 course, this just attempt to repeat the message of Gita, this book, the full God consciousness come out. So my request really, stay with this course. Second thing is mirror covered by dust. What is mirror covered by dust? What does it mean? The animal life. You can't see anything. An embryo covered in the womb, thick covering of Maya, that is a plant life. So dhume na vriyate vahani yatha darsho male nacha yatha ulbe na vrito garbhas tatha tene aritam. We are all covered with different degrees of ignorance, different degrees, just like a first one, fire covered smoke is human life, mirror covered by dust is animal life, embryo covered in the womb is plant life. As the next shloka also covers. So, as the fire is covered by smoke, and the mirror is covered by dust, and the embryo is covered in the womb, living entity is similarly covered different degrees of this lust illusion. Bhagavad Gita 3.38. Therefore, Arjuna, best of the Bharat, in the very beginning, curved this great symbol of sin, lust, by regulating the senses, as slave is destroyer of knowledge and self-realization. Now, I have some very interesting thing to do. Maybe around 10 minutes, we'll finish this. The lowest consciousness, many people say happiness stage of mind, but the lowest consciousness that you have the body, you have the mind, you have intelligence, you have everything all switched off. There's a bhais ke aage teen bajana. Indriyani paraniyahu, more important the body and senses. The next platform is senses. What happens in senses platform? Here. You are overcome lethargy there. You're very active, hardworking. You know, people say, I'm very busy nowadays. And I've seen people, they're very happy when they say they're busy. But even better than that is mental platform. At this platform, the knowledge starts. You overcome lethargy, you're also overcome harassment of the senses. The next platform is intellectual platform. You're able to understand the difference between body and soul. And finally, spiritual platform, where you feel so much pleasure and service to the Lord. So bodily platform, sensual platform, and then mental platform, intellectual, spiritual. Bodily platform, the senses, mind, intelligence switched off, lethargy, tamoguda. Sensual platform is overcome lethargy. There is no sinful activity, but he's selfish. He has some great personal desires. Therefore, he's envious, jealous of other people. The next platform is mental platform. mental platform, a person feels very happy because he's overcome lethargy and also harassment of the senses. Real happiness starts now. And actually, human life starts at this moment. And at this moment, he's overcome all the lethargy and harassment of senses. Urge for knowledge develops. A lower platform, there is urge for money, power, and tamasic platform, urge to just sleep. Intellectual platform, he's able to now discriminate between body and soul. And next platform, he's able to relish service to the Lord. That is called Anandamaya platform. Okay? Body wants sukha, mind wants peace, Atma wants Ananda. That is for the Ananda. Indriyani paraniyahu, indriya paramam manaha, manasasu para buddhe, yo buddhe parasasu saha. More important the body, the senses, more important senses, the mind, more important the mind is the intelligence, more important the intelligence is the soul. The senses are there, more important the senses is the mind controls the senses. And then more important the mind is the intelligence will control the mind. And more important the intelligence is the self, the soul. Okay, so very nice. The senses get agitated, mind should control the senses. When the mind is loose, intelligence should take charge of the mind. Intelligence is confused. Why? Because the self should always give a clear order to the intelligence where it should go. The goal of life should be very, very, very clear to us and get clear order to the driver of that is the intelligence, what is supposed to do. Then no mistake will occur. So this is a chapter and we finish this chapter. Hare Krishna, everybody. Hare Krishna. So we have some little discussion, and after that, I'll complete the 18 reasons we are not the body. So we had little discussion of work and worship. First thing I said, in your life, bring chanting of the holy names, which is the easy, some dharma you can do. And I'm just asking you to add them. You're not trying to reduce whatever you're doing. And second thing you can add is that offering some food to the Lord, at least some fruit or apple or milk, something, at least one tulsi offered to the feet of the Lord, some worship the Lord begin. These two things will start your work as worship. And then most important, with the result of your work, you worship the Lord. And how you can result, you can do a sakama or nishkama. Yes, any question? No question today?
Yes, Shilpa Mataji.
Prabhuji, namaste. My name is Shilpa.
Yes.
So I had a question regarding
of South America.
Yeah, Central America. Yes. Okay. So in the Bhagavad Gita, it says that the person who has the highest devotion is able to understand Bhagavad Gita in full spirit, right? So there are a lot of people that are atheists. They don't believe in God, but they really are. They immerse themselves in Bhagavad Gita and they take a lot of essence from that. So how is it contradicting? Because they say, a God or Lord is just a character, right? So Ishvara, so he's just mostly a character, and you begin the journey like that. You first, look up to a character, and then you proceed in your journey. But there are people who may not believe in God, but they take up the spiritual path. So could you explain this, please?
I don't understand how can we have Bhagavad Gita minus Krishna. Hana, it is just like that activity is like Shishupal somehow kill Krishna. Shishupal wanted to kill Krishna, or Kamsa wanted to kill Krishna with weapons. They want to kill Krishna with some kind of silly arguments and remove Krishna from Bhagavad Gita. Hana? Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is the speaker and he's the goal. It's very clear. No? You see, every chapter you read, every chapter is imbued with devotion to the Lord. Every chapter. Shlokas after shlokas glorify, worship the Lord. So I don't think how they can do. See, generally what they do is that they follow the principle of Ardha Kukuti Nyaya. You heard about Ardha Kukuti Nyaya? Ardha Kukuti Nyaya is that one hen was giving golden eggs. So the person said, that's nice, but this hen eats also a lot. So why not I cut the neck so I can only get the eggs and I don't want to feed the bird. He cut the knife. What was the result? The egg stopped. So similarly, Ardha Kukati Nyaya means I like this portion of Gita, but I don't like that portion. You have to take the whole Gita together. Correct? How we can do Ardha Kukati. So they do Ardha Kukati business in Bhagavad Gita. No, you have to accept the whole Bhagavad Gita. And another thing is that Bhagavad Gita, now your third chapter, fourth chapter, Bhagavad Gita will say, this book has to be understood in parampara. Evam parampara praptam imam rajashayo viduhu sakale neha mahata yoga nasta parantapa. He said the knowledge, Krishna says, has to be taken in parampara. Bhagavad Gita, just like suppose you have medicine bottle. The medicine bottle, it is already written how it should be taken. And sometimes, not all. So same way, Bhagavad Gita has in it how it should be taken. It says, Evam parampara prapta. This should be taken in parampara. Now, this person who is taking a self-made interpretation, can you tell me, okay, he has some confusion. Where in Gita does it? And then spiritual doesn't mean atheism. Okay? Spiritual means, and religion, the difference between spiritualism and religion is that spiritualism is religion followed with philosophy, with understanding. And generally people follow religion as some set of faiths and some set of rituals. So they say I'm spiritual because I am. Spiritual means first you define spirit. How can you be spiritual without even defining spirit? And once you understand I'm not body and spirit, the next thing is what is the soul seeking? Then as you understand more in Gita, the soul is hankering to serve the Lord. So how can you separate? Just like you say shine. How can you separate sunshine from the sun? You cannot separate. Can you separate sunshine from the sun? The sunshine has no independent existence. Isn't it true? The soul has no independent existence from the Lord. The jiva has no independent existence. In the 7th chapter, Krishna will declare soul to be his energy. Now, fire and light. How can light exist without the fire? So how can I have study of light and I ignore the study of the fire? Correct? Isn't that spirit not correct? Anna? Suppose you're studying grass. Good, study grass. But why forget the creator of grass? This is the mistake we are making in our study of science today. Say in medicine, we study the body. Why not think about the creator of the body? How can it be so delicately formed with so many parameters? Think about that. Whatever the conclusion, we do not know. At least open your. Therefore, the Vedas became with a statement, Athat Brahma Jigyasa. Now you ask great question. Brahma means great. Jigyasa means inquiry. Now you should have great inquiry. That is human life. So if we have sincere inquiries, the Bhagavad Gita will be very clear. So I think it is difficult to say how you can study Gita and come to a conclusion that there is no devotion to Krishna. The fourth chapter of Bhagavad Gita is full of beautiful shlokas glorifying the Lord. Krishna, Yada Yada Dharmasya, all the shlokas come in the 4th chapter tomorrow. At the end of the 5th chapter, Krishna says, Bhoktaram Yagnatapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Suhridam Sarva Bhutanam Gyatamam Shanti Mrachati. He says, I am the only enjoyer. Sarvaloka Maheshwaram, I am the only proprietor of everything. Suhridam Sarva Bhutanam, I am the best well-wisher of everybody. Gyatamam Shanti Mrachati. If you understand that, you will get peace. This is 5th chapter. In the 6th chapter, toward the end, Krishna says, Yoginam api sarvesham madgatanta ratmana shraddhavan bhajate yomam sameyukta tamo mataha. So Krishna says, among all the yoga, greatest is Bhakti Yoga, which he told. Anna, Bhakti is most important. In the 7th chapter, Krishna talks about Bhakti itself. And he says that Maya Sakta Manapartha Yogam Yunjam Madashaya Asam. So if I see chapter after chapter, loaded with devotion to the Lord, Krishna is saying, me, surrender to me. Very clearly, even in the Ashtanga Yoga chapter, it says, Machita Matagata Prana. It's very clear. You think about me, you worship me. And the one verse is repeated twice in Bhagavad Gita. You know that? The last verse of the 9th chapter is repeated again in the 18th chapter. Manamana bhav madbhakto madayaji mam namaskaru. Last 2 lines are little different but same meaning. Manamana bhav madbhakto madayaji mam namas. Always think about me, become my devotee, worship me and offer your respects to me. So how can you avoid Krishna then? And the last instruction of Krishna in Bhagavad Gita is Sarvadharvan Parityaja Mahamekam Sharanam Raja. You forget all kind of dharmas which do not lead to my shelter. So now if his understanding of Gita is not leading to the shelter of Krishna, you have to keep it aside. Mam ekam sharanam aham tvam sarapapebhyo mokshashaya masachaha. So I find it difficult to avoid Krishna while reading Gita. You wanted to add something on
Thank
it?
you. No, thank you. Thank you. Got my answer.
Spiritualism, yeah, this interesting thing. This is a very nice topic. I don't know. You know what I wish to do with all of you together. You all learn this Bhagavad Gita, grow. We will build a whole knowledge base on all these things, a beautiful article, because these are all major doubts. In 2 minutes, I cannot do full justice with all quotations, with the references, the good analysis. In a class, in an answer, these are all major questions. This require maybe 200, 300 words of neat answer. Build a knowledge base of all these questions. So when this question comes, okay, I control, please refer to that in detail. Isn't it? We should all do that. That will be a very thorough study of Gita then. Because I see so many people are studying Gita again and again. Because that means their things are not getting clarified. If you have thorough explanations, people will be very happy. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, just one thing. As you said, I have been reading this particular sentence for a long time about Asat refers to that which does not exist. How we are not meant or threatened by non-existence. So there is a particular phrase in Bhagavad Gita. So I have not been able to understand this no matter how many times I go back.
See, non-existence in the sense, see, if you see Sat and Asat, suppose I see this remote in front of me. Now, is this Sat or Asat? It is actually Asat. Why? Because it will not stay like this all the time. Everything has a degradation time, 100 years, 500 years, it will leave just dust. Sat means which stays eternally. Now, the soul is eternal. And in this world, it sees Asat world, which is totally incompatible with it. Therefore, it hates Asat. In the spiritual world, it is eternal. See, I tell you something. Suppose somebody dies. Huh? He died, huh? You get a shock. I had 2 congregations dying of corona in Bangalore. I just could not believe. He was every day here. We came to so many festivals with in Yatra with us. He died. Yeah, he died. You can't believe. 1 week and next week, the family got a news. He's dead. We have burned the body. You can take the ash. That's what happens in India. Take the ash and go. Body, we burnt it. So at least today the fear is reduced. But beginning, my God, what a paranoid fear. So anyway, so the point is, why you get a shock when somebody dies? Because you are still thinking you are in the spiritual world. You're not come to terms that you're living in an asat world, which is temporary. Correct? If you are in reality, reverse should be true. You meet somebody still alive, huh? That should give you surprise. Because in this world, everybody died. But why death surprises? Because death is the rule in this world. Because it's still not come to terms. We are in a world of non-existence. The thing don't last. Therefore, we are in great discomfort because of that. We become old. We look at the mirror. We don't like it. Why not feeling young like that? Suppose somebody says, you're looking like a 16-year-old. We feel so happy about it. Because in spiritual world, we always say 16-year-old. And Krishna showed it personally. In the battlefield, even 90-year-old is looking like 16-year-old boy. That's what everyone was looking at him. My God, it's so beautiful. Even with the garland, peacock feather. Oh my God. You don't have to bring that on the battlefield. Oh, Krishna. Maybe on flute also he had in between. He is not having any tension of his world. He's totally in control, total control of the situation. Peaceful, smiling throughout. Whatever is happening, happy, peaceful, smiling. Gently guiding Arjuna, decide what you want to do. So Krishna personally showed the spiritual body is eternal. But he doesn't take our body is covered a material body, which is incompatible. Asat body, so incompatible. Soul is full of happiness. This body is full of miseries. Soul is full of knowledge. The body is full of ignorance. So Asat, Sat, Asat. Satchidananda. You heard Satchidananda? Satchit. Full of knowledge, word is Achit. Ananda, Nirananda is incompatible. So existence is in a place of non-existence. This is actually a statement of Prahlad Maharaj. He says, Sada samadvigna dhyam asatgrahat. Everybody is in anxiety because he's trying to make a settlement in a temporary place. So when non-existence means temporary. It's not it doesn't exist. It exists, but it is. Say, is it remote? It's not remote because it doesn't remain remote. It's not remote. Right? It's like if you say, I'm this, you cannot say that because that is not an eternal identity. Next life you'll be in another body. Correct? So there is only thing Sat in this world is the soul, which is eternal. Rest all things are transforming. And therefore our existence is in a place which is temporary. That kind of non-existence. Okay? Is it fine now? Non-existent doesn't
Hare
mean
Krishna.
it exists. It exists. The world exists. It's not that you're not hearing a class now. You are hearing. But you're meeting somebody who is not permanent. He'll not be there perhaps few days later. God knows. You know? Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna.
Guruji. Hare Krishna, Guruji. I have a query.
Hare Krishna. Yes.
In the Mahabharata war,
Yes.
Krishna is encouraging Arjuna to kill all the Kauravas. Maybe he could have asked him to capture all the Kauravas and put them in life imprisonment. So, violence could have been avoided. Why to kill? He could have captured them and put them in jail.
They agree to be captured. Though Kshatriya cannot, he will not agree to be captured. He will die. Kshatriya cannot capture him. He is not a kid. Isn't? What do you think? You can capture him? He will fight. He is not an animal to be captured. He will fight. You think Duryodhana agree to be captured?
If you see the modern day warfare, generally the rules are that you should capture the soldiers. And
it's all timid. See what happens where certain things, death penalty is needed. You are all the new fame of thoughts. No death penalty like in Russia. There is no death penalty. Do whatever. You kill 1,000 people also, there is no death penalty. Europe also no death penalty. Anna? You are of the school of thought that no death penalty. But Manusmriti said, yes, somebody has done murder, he should be murdered. Certain activities deserve a death penalty. Duryodhana did that many times. Still Krishna, as the Supreme Father, went to give him a chance. See, you cannot see that Krishna did not try to stop the war. You don't know what he did in the palace when he entered. Not only he counseled, he brought great sages to counsel this idiot Duryodhana. You know, Krishna can do anything. Inconceivable things were happening. Even his mother came. He said, please, you talk. Mother of Gandhari also talk. My dear boy, avoid this destruction of the world. This guy is crazy. And that father is an equally big idiot. What you did in previous life? Look at the face of your son, such a bum. You want him to be the king. Literally, he had a privilege to be the king. He stripped somebody's wife in public. This is the king he had. He cannot understand. Guy is unfit to rule. Anna, what do you say? You wanted him to continue to rule. So, and Krishna and the Pandavas are very virtuous. In fact, Arjuna offered Krishna, let us give this throne and we'll walk. Not that Arjuna, maybe all would have gone away. The Pandavas are very virtuous. They're not really interested in wealth and power. But Krishna wanted them to rule. And note Bhagavad says about Yudhishthira Maharaj when he ruled. The world turned into Vaikuntha. See the rule of Yudhishthira. People started remembering Rama Rajya. He was a virtuous person. You know, today we dream. Just I tell you one thing. You're in a family. You have a very good father. Suppose. Whole family feels proud. Such a great man here. Now imagine that person become head of the city. Whole city feels happy that such a great person. Everybody, you know, smile comes on everybody's face when a real good leader comes. When a real good leader leads a country, whole country is so happy. People are thinking, Vaikuntha, there was no anxiety. No anxiety. Vaikuntha means no anxiety. People are so happy. So there were definitely costs associated with 36 years of rule of Yudhishthira. There was like Vaikuntha on earth. A similar thing was continued by his grandson Parikshit Maharaj. Similar thing also by his great-grandson Janmajaya. So there was a rule for good time of great souls. Power had to be taken away from Duryodhana. Such kind of crook cannot maintain the power. See, this law they say in management, you are good to certain level, and if you go keep promoting yourself till you fail. See, everybody has a level to what he can do. More he is not capable. Like, should not take the name. We had a Prime Minister of India who was very good finance minister. Very good accounts man. I think a Prime Minister, people had problem with it because he could not agree to decision. He was silent all the time. He didn't have any dynamic, courageous, decision making. He was silent. So similarly, Duryodhana was not for this high post of managing the world. That is not it. He used a discussion in a very way, not one, many times in a very bad. He tried to arrest Krishna, which is very wrong. We could not arrest a Duta. He tried to strip somebody's wife in public. Very wrong. We can never do that. He used his discretion in a very wrong way, one after another. He insulted Vidura. Vidura is such a learned sage. He insulted him so badly. Vidura was not there in the bar. He had left and gone away to the religious place. He was so badly hurt by strong words. So in seeing that way, he was unfit from any direction to get a privilege. See, when you are a king, you have a discretion ability. And if you have, you can miss. Power corrupts. So if you're not a good person, power is very dangerous in your hand. It was very dangerous in his hand. It had to be taken away. And already he was misusing it. What do you feel? See, moral angle you're trying to analyze. I'm trying my best. Thank you. He needed a stick on his head. I feel. Chalo. Hare Krishna.
Hello.
Yes, Hare Krishna. Mrinal ji, boliye. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Actually, Prabhuji, for last 2 days I am trying to contact you. I have some basic queries. Please forgive my ignorance about this Srimad Bhagavad Gita. But last few days I am reading this one, and that's why I am attending your courses also. My basic queries is, I have 3 queries. One is that it is said that Srimad Bhagavad Gita is a religious book for Hindus only. So my question is that, is it only for Hindus? Because it's about our life, it's about our how to manage anger, how to manage our sadness, how to.
We are teaching all around the world. You asked Shilpa ji, we are there in America. We have practically every city. And Hindu word doesn't exist in Gita. Krishna rather says, I am the father of Aham Bija Prajapita. I am the father of. No, Hindu is a word which doesn't exist anywhere in the Vedas. This is a word. This is a very Hinduism means, I tell you, don't feel bad. It is Buddhism. You do any nonsense thing and you put a stamp on your head of Hinduism. That's what Hinduism today is. Correct? It has no meaning actually. No meaning. This word is useless word. No meaning.
My second point.
Isn't it true?
As I understood, as I understood, it is a part of Mahabharata. Na? It is section 23 to 40, Bhagavad Gita.
No, but the Bhagavad Gita doesn't. No. But Bhagavad Gita, this word Hinduism is not there. It's that word Hinduism not there in Mahabharata. This word Hinduism was given by, the Hindu, the word, how it came? You know how it came, that word? The Muslims on the side of sin.
Yeah, from Aryans. I think from the Aryans.
No, not from Aryan. Aryan invasion theory is bogus. It is not a true theory. This came when the Muslims were coming, invading India across the Hindus. They could not pronounce Hindu properly. They said Hindus. So that word has come. Hindu. It was a very derogatory word. These Hindus. And we say, Hindu. It's quite kind of.
So my second point is Prabhuji.
Let us go one by one. Let us understand first thing. Bhagavad Gita is not a book of belief. You see how we studied Bhagavad Gita. We studied in the 2nd chapter that we are not body and soul. This is true for everybody in all parts of the world. This is not a book we didn't take it as a sense of belief. We're taking it as a sense of understanding, consciousness, which is so rigorous and so beautiful. In fact, no religion does so systematically, separating self from the body. Nowhere soul has been identified. They just say some divinity, blah, blah, some vague thing. There is very crystal, Atman, and the properties of soul were defined. Nainam Chindandi Shasrani, Nainam Bhati Pavakaha, Vasansi Jirnani Yatha Vihaya. So many shlokas explaining the nature of the soul. And rest of the Bhagavad Gita is dynamics of the soul. It's a book of science of the soul. Suppose in periodic table, you identify a new particle, which is conscious, because all the elements and particles are dead. That is Atma. Sometimes when I joke to scientists, I say spiriton, because they used to proton, neutron as a spiriton. So this spiriton particle and its properties, that is what Bhagavad Gita is. Bhagavad Gita is science of the soul. Correct? So this is not referring to any religion. That's why I wanted to take a privilege to say this word is not associated with Gita. See, Krishna says, Yada Yada hi dharma se glani. He doesn't say Yada Yada hi Hindu dharma se glani. That word he never used. Correct?
Yes. Yeah, very good.
Wonderful. Chalo, something beyond the first one may not be fully satisfactory. What is the second question?
Yeah, second is that as I understood, it is a part of Mahabharata from
Bhagavad
section
Gita is
23
part of Mahabharata.
to 40.
So, perfect. Then,
Yeah, then why it is separated from Mahabharata?
oh, why it is separated? No, because
Yeah,
even though it is came in Mahabharata, see, just like Upanishads, we do study Upanishads separately, all the Upanishads. But Upanishads are part of Vedas. It is just taken out.
yes,
All Isha Upanishad, this Upanishad, all are important jewels. So Gita, even though it is in Mahabharata, actually is higher than the whole Mahabharata. It's super, so it's parodharma. Mahabharata generally doesn't go to parodharma level. It's all politics and this, morals. But Bhagavad Gita is parodharma. That I explained you different dharmas, no, in the beginning, correct? Bhagavad Gita is parodharma, not upadharma, not paradharma, not chala dharma, nothing. It is parodharma. The activity, the knowledge that Krishna gives in the Mahabharata, which is very special. Therefore, it is generally taken out. And Gita is also given by Acharya state of Gitopanishad. Because Vedas means what? Vedas means it has come from the Lord. The Lord himself spoke Gita. So it is also given a status of Upanishad. It is also called Gitopanishad. Okay.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I'm not doing that. That is accepted by all the acharyas, given a special status. But it came as a jewel in the whole Mahabharata. Take it like that.
yeah. So the third point is Prabhuji, that is the actually this is my main point. So what was Krishna's intention to inspire Arjuna when he was confused that he will not interested to fight with his relatives and friends? So, but Krishna was inspiring him, and ultimately he fought for the Kauravas, Pandavas. So, what is his main interest? Krishna's main interest?
No, no. See, Arjuna had a real-time dilemma. Just like you are a doctor or an engineer, you are an engineer.
I am a doctor,
Okay.
PhD. It's
Okay, no
I
problem.
am scientist basically.
Doctor is doctor. You are a scientist. Now, don't you think
Yeah.
sometimes in a profession there is a professional dilemma? Just like as a doctor, they have euthanasia. And now these are all big dilemmas. Should you do it, not do it? So Arjuna, as a Kshatriya, had a real-time dilemma. Can he do this? It was a real-time dilemma, not that artificially he is speaking. He genuinely was feeling from the heart those emotions. There's no duplicity. Just like we say so many things, actually we don't mean it. True, we are all like that. But Arjuna was a very transparent person. Not that nothing like that. He's an open person. Here it is, my Lord. My life is Mera Jivan Kora Kagad. Open. It's open. You can see it. And he's offering to the Lord prayers. What should I do, my Lord? These 5 questions I have. Just like you're saying, I have 3. He had 5. And he offers to the Lord, what should I do? So there is a professional dilemma he's having in a profession of a Kshatriya. Now, this dilemma could not have been easily solved. Now, there was, suppose in the war, there was a dilemma sometimes of skills. Like when Ashwatthama threw the Narayan Astra, there was the dilemma how to counter this Astra. Correct? There was later Ashwatthama threw one Brahmastra and he asked Krishna what to do. Krishna told him how to counter that. So this is technical subject. Krishna could have dealt in what I call is IQ. I'll take one more presentation of personality development. If it was a moral dilemma, it could have been other issues, could have been solved by morals. But his dilemma was very deep actually. Therefore, Krishna had to lift on the spiritual platform. Not that he was just superficially speaking Gita, chalo Gita bolte the. No. The dilemma had, that was the occasion for the greatest, the juice of the Vedas to come there. Spiritual knowledge had to be presented to solve his dilemma. Okay? So Krishna's intention.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you.
He is
Thank you.
He is the father of the Vedas. In Bhagavad Gita later, Krishna says 15th chapter, Vedesh sarve aham eva vedya. I am the origin of the Vedas. Correct? Through all the Vedas, I have to be known. Now that is another answer for Shilpa Mataji's question. Krishna says in the 15th chapter, Vedesh sarve aham eva vedya. Through all the Vedas, you have to know me only. You cannot escape Krishna, even in other Puranas, Upanishads, everything. Vedesh sarve aham eva vedya. Why? Vedanta krit veda vededa jaham. I compiled the Vedas and I am the knower of the Vedas. In that respect, some answer. Don't worry, somewhat I've answered, and slowly, slowly it will improve. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, this is Anita here. Prabhuji, I have 2 questions. My first question is, in our life, like is everything predestined or do we have free will?
Oh,
That
this
is
is
my
another,
first question.
jewel of a question. This FAQ. I wanted to make FAQ something FAQ. I don't know. Admins will also. There are some attempt by FAQ by previous batches. I think they have started sharing to you. So see, there is the balance between destiny and karma. God knows your past. He's seeing your present. Therefore, he knows your future. That's the balance. Now you have, just like today, at 9 o'clock in the night, you had an opportunity to do what you wanted. There was no force on you. Nobody held your ear and forced you to watch this class. You chose, let me hear Bhagavad Gita today. That was your freedom. You use the freedom in a way. You could have done something else at the same time. You could have slept off. You could have watched a movie. You could have chatted with some friend. You could have answered some email. Correct? You could have done so many things. You chose to hear Gita class. So that's not destined. What was destined was a situation. Whatever situation a person is in, that is because of the Purva Karma. Now, how he behaves in the situation is left to you. And that will start shaping your future. Okay?
Okay.
It's fine.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Now,
Yeah, this is very good
this
answer.
I'll expand more later. Suppose that a dog bites every visitor. So then what happens? He's put in a cage. His freedom is restricted. So some people do not have freedom like you. They have no maybe money to have a laptop to attend this class. Possible. So that freedom was restricted. But then what happens? If we start behaving responsibly, his freedom increases. And then we leave him free after some time. Or a cow is tied to a tree because he's hitting somebody, you slowly tie it tight. Then we start becoming responsible. You increase the length of the rope. So our freedom expands. At every moment, you have an opportunity. And if in that opportunity, you behave responsibly, your freedom increases. And you become finally free like Narada. Go wherever you want. Totally free. So every moment you are being watched. Like this Krishna is watching without blinking eyes. You cannot hide anything from him. But his care is with love. Therefore, he doesn't do anything to harm you. Therefore, every moment should be a joy. Everything happens for good, but can be better. Just like a teacher you go. Teacher says, you got 60 marks. You say, yes, it happened for good. But had you studied, teacher says, you got 100, you could have got 100. So similarly, whatever happens is for good, but actually can happen better. Krishna wants to urgently take us back to the spiritual world. This world is a dangerous place. Every step there is danger in this world. Krishna is not it's just like when a child suffers, the mother, father suffer more. Isn't it true? Isn't it true?
Yeah. Yes.
Mother, father suffer more. Child can see the death of the parent. Parent can never bear the death of the child. That is said of famous. It's quite true. Now, many times, therefore, children hide their injury from the parent because parents will not be able to bear it. 10 times more they feel pain. You think Krishna is a father like that? He doesn't feel. When you're suffering in this world, he feels more pain. But he is in total control situation. Let the child go through that if it is for his good. Just like, say, a child has become drug addict. And the therapist says, I may have to slap him. But the father is saying, do whatever you want, get him out of the drugs. You slap him or kick him, get him out of his drugs. Isn't it? Krishna is not a sentimental mother and father who will keep pampering the child and child becomes spoiled. No, if needed, give him tight slaps. Okay. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Prabhuji, one more question I had. Yesterday you were showing a very nice slides on consciousness and all that.
We will do
So
that.
after
3 more minutes we'll start it. Yeah.
Okay, so when I saw that, I had a lot of questions on like what is the difference between consciousness and soul? Where exactly does the consciousness is situated in the body? So
Soul resides in the region of the heart. So it doesn't mean when you do heart transplant, soul is transferred. No, it's just like a place. Soul is spiritual. Heart is just a physical area. Correct? Therefore, we say, you don't say, "Main bol raha hu." Don't you say that? Do you say, "Main bol raha hu"? I always.
Yes.
I'll continue that argument. I have never seen any person able to defeat this act because we are using Krishna's argument. They are invincible. So you always say, "Main bol raha hu." Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita, Ishvara sarvabhutanam hridesha arjuna tishtati. Even I stay in the region of the heart along with the soul. He sees the person nearest to him, nearest, standing just next. But we are lost, just like sometimes it happens. Your parents are there in the room, but you don't look at them. And anytime it happens, a train you're sitting or house, you're busy seeing in the mobile everybody, but you don't see the person next to you. They say a joke. Your neighbor you don't even know, but you have a friend in France. Recently in Mangalore, some old person died, and nobody bothered to knock his door. 6 months later, the son came from some part of the world, opened the door, a skeleton was lying. Can you imagine the joke? So, sometimes it does happen. So Lord is like that, staying very near to us, but we are not noticing him. Therefore, all the yoga processes means to obey him. Bhagavad Gita also says, Krishna says, surrender unto the Paramatma utterly. Obey him. He has come just to guide us and take us back to the spiritual world. Yes, Hare Krishna. Isn't it wonderful, all this knowledge?
Dhananjay Prabhu, please unmute yourself.
Hare Krishna. So 10:30 I start, complete the 18 reasons today. Okay?
Yeah.
Questions, many questions will get answered by that presentation. Yeah, the next one.
So my question is related to
धनंजय जी बोलिए. धनंजय तो अर्जुन का नाम था, बोलो.
कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु कदाचन.
Very good.
My question is that if you don't consider about the result, okay, how exactly you're going to guide, how exactly yourself is going to motivate it?
That's what I said. Okay. That's okay.
What I'm
complete your question. Complete your
what I'm going to gain out of result, what I'm going to lose out of result, how the result is going to impact it, and all actions are towards that result. So when you say that you don't think about the result, then I feel a little bit contradicting that.
No, just like fighting this war, Arjuna says it's the order of Krishna. It's my duty to accomplish the order. I may fail or I may win. That doesn't matter. I will do my duty to the best. Doesn't matter what's the result. Our Acharya Prabhupada, 44 years, there was zero result. Didn't care at all. No result. He's not focused. As my guru gave an order, I'll do it. Krishna said, chant Harinam, I'm chanting. I'm not thinking of result, what I'm going to get. Krishna said the order, I do it. I get or not get. See, just like in an army, what happens? The commander says, jump. You jump. You win or lose, you don't know. You just obey the order. That should be the focus, should be to obey the order, not the result. It's my duty to obey the Lord's order. That is the focus. And duty platforms comes in Sattva-guna. Result platform is in Rajoguna. Rajoguna activities are 1 step forward, 10 step back. Because always you don't get good result. Any business, you sometimes lose a lot. Presently in Corona, many businesses are wiped out. Correct? You all know that. So many people are wiped. But if you are always in the sense of duty, I do my job, what I get, I accept. You're not focused on the result. Focus is on the duty. Somewhere the focus, just like parents take care of the child as a duty. Child sometimes become crazy. What can be done? I did my duty. The duty should be the focus, not the result. Duty focus comes in Sattva-guna. Result focus is in Rajoguna. So Rajoguna, what happens when the result is good, you are excited, but then if the result is not good, you're depressed. If Sattva-guna focus on duty, your determination is unbreakable. You will do it because it is supposed to be done. Doesn't matter what's the result. Correct?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Good question, because I knew the answer of it. I'm not going to tell. Krishna is going to tell this in the 18th chapter at different labels. If I can bring it now. Chalo, thank you, sir. Some light on it. And these things will, because you are hearing from different angles, gradually the whole picture will come as Gita keeps unfolding. There are so many things I'm not revealing now because I want Krishna to tell, then the discussion let it happen. Now, I wanted to complete the 18 reasons we are not the body. So you're all with me. We'll finish it. We did 6 yesterday. I need half an hour to finish the remaining. And let us keep the 11 o'clock as our bar. Yes, I think we did till here yesterday. And we started at this point. Okay, is it fine, the admins? We did 6 reasons yesterday, correct? 5 reasons yesterday.
Yes, yes, till 5.
Yeah, we start. There is no 6 actually. It's a numbering because the 5 became so big, it absorbed 2 things in it. It doesn't matter, leave it. Now the third one became so big, I merged 6 into third. So it doesn't matter. Now comes the 7th reason, the reincarnation. Now, somebody, when I mentioned this, they were interested. You can take even a name, take a snap of the slide. These books are available on Amazon. And I don't read from Amazon because they're expensive. I read all the books from Scriptd. Scriptd allows you to get few books free of cost. You can download the books. Now, Ian Stevenson is the professor of University of Virginia. It's a very famous university in America, the head of the department. Now he's no more. Now his students are continuing the work. What happened that he wanted a rigorous scientific study of Jata Smriti, remembrance of past life. Remember today, which class I was in? Morning class? Whether some person gave a testimony of her own child having past life. It's quite common. Not so common in the sense of everybody on the street, but say 1 in a lakh, a child remembers previous life. And 1 or 2 years, he cannot even speak, blah, 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 pa, pa, pa. When he can compose sentences and start speaking, please take me to a previous place. Now, this has happened many, many times. Nobody does a rigorous scientific study and confirms this. This person developed a scientific methodology to confirm this. His methodology was very, very, in his book, first he gives his methodology. You can study first his methodology. And in the methodology, what he will do, I'll just give an idea. Say some child is there in, take a place in India, say Bhopal. And he remembered past life, he was born in, say, Australia. Okay. And he's speaking something, please take me to the place. My wife is there. I want to talk to her. My children are there. I want to meet them. Now, how do the parents going to confirm? It requires money and time. He will do it. That thing, he will fill it up. He comes to know, some reporters come here and there, he'll land up. And he'll now bring experts, respected people. And he will then, the most legal thing is sign. They'll all sign what he says, that this is true. He said all this. He'll say, what was your name in the previous life? My name was this. They'll collect 30, 40 statements from the child and everybody will sign, including everybody, parents, he spoke all this. Done. Now he'll take a flight to Australia and find out that few years ago, did such a thing happen? And he finds, yes, in that city, somebody died by this name. And whatever data he has given, he said 90 to 95% true, it is fine. Even the vaccine, 95% fine. The reason is memory, we do forget so many things. So more or less it is fine, 90, 95%. It is fine. Now he'll come to the next step, bring the child to that city. And now he will collect the auditorium, first identification, recollection. He'll put people, he'll say, identify your wife now. He's a small child, 4-year-old. His 8-year-old wife is there in the hall. So many women, he'll keep looking. How are you? You'll catch her hand. Say, how is everything? Oh, how do we know? She's shivering because how did he identify me? And after that, he'll identify other family members. The next, they will make him identify the house. They'll take the car in different parts of the city, like this jigjaw. Hey, stop. That road, here is my house. And he enters the house. Where is the table here? Here was one table. You have one picture over there on the wall. No, that we shifted. Now this level he has gone into, and something even more interesting happened, which is mind-boggling. That among the thousands of cases studied, this must be a study of immense millions of dollars spent in the study. What happened? Few cases he got post-mortem report also. Say cases confirmed, and sometimes post-mortem report is made. Why? Because some unnatural death. Post-mortem report is not for a natural. Somebody committed suicide, or he was killed by murder or road accident. We have a post-mortem report. In the post-mortem report, he noticed something very interesting, which reconfirms his theory. He found that if he died by some injury here, next life, at the same place, there is a mark. In fact, in many communities around the world, where reincarnation is understood, particularly in India, there is a tradition. When somebody is dying, they just take something small and make a small mark at a say at a hand or in the leg, a ball mark. Because person is very attached to the house. Is many times is born in the same house as a grandchild or great grandchild, and they see the mark. Oh, Dadaji aage wapas. They know he has come back. So this was already there, but his technique established it with evidence. Some few cases he got post-mortem report and it was same matching the birthmark. Now this thing is not done by him only. This study has been going for a long time. Vedas always talk about Jata Smriti, remembrance of past life. Even at the Jada Bharata, when the third life of a deer when he was born, he remembered what all mess he made as Bharat Maharaj. And in this life, he was quite careful. So remember the past life. There are some cases where remembrance past life is mentioned even in the Shastra. That's called Jata Smriti. And even in the time that Britishers were in India, some very interesting thing happened. One Jata Smriti case came. One child remembered the previous life. And then the issue was so big the issue, that it was in every newspaper. And millions of people were hearing and talking about it. It became talk of the country for various reasons, which I don't want to tell now. But actually, it became politically complicated. Now, Gandhi became interested to verify it. Is it true or not? Because Hindus started taking pride. See, there was a conflict between two communities now. See, our religion is great. Reincarnation is proved. But Gandhi wanted an impartial study to be done. He sent a team of experts, doctors, lawyers, and they went and verified that case and confirmed it to be true. And then Gandhi said, I'm ready to adopt that girl. And there's a big story happened. The girl was taken to him and he met her. Anyway, that's the big videos of that thing is available because the two bigger incidents at that time. Even the people who went to verify that, they have made various videos explaining how did they conclude it to be true. Now I'll show you that video now. This is on from History Channel. But first thing I should be careful when I do this. I have to take out both the live